When it comes to detect sophisticated attacks in Windows machines, things that are obfuscated, things that use, different tactics and new type of attacks and stuff like that, I think that Sysmon is the best thing out there. Sysmon is created by Microsoft. You have some videos that shows all that, and you probably have seen those. And it's something that Mark Rosanovich does a very good job on keeping it up to date. I believe that they are in version 10, if not 11 by now. So great piece of technology for sending details happening in the kernel of Windows when abnormal things are really happening. And the curator rules that the Primutask created, take advantage of those logs to fire offenses that tell you when those things are really happening. Now, the one disadvantage that Sysmon has, and getting the logs from Windows, therefore WinCollect, is that you need to deploy WinCollect, you need to deploy Sysmon, you need to configure them both, you need to keep them up to date. If you have 600 machines, then you need to do with all those. And if you don't have a good software distribution mechanism for managing that, that can become a little burdensome. So the other option that you have, and they are also good, is using an EDR technology, like Carbon Black, FireEye, or any one of those technologies. But I like Sysmon very much. I like the visibility, and it brings all that data inside Curator, while the EDR keeps it on their own console. May send a log to Curator indicating that something happened, but the details will not. You need to go into that other console to see them. Here, no, you get all the details there, and it doesn't impact the EPSs because of the filter file, and I have shared that in the Sysmon videos that Mutask created, that only sends the stuff that Curator is going to do something about it. So that's particularly good. But again, how do I get rid of the pain of deploying and maintaining WinCollect and Sysmon? Well, I tried already this application from the guys from ScienceSoft. It's WinCollect Assistant Deployment. I installed that, downloaded and installed it, and I want to share with you my experience with it because I'm very satisfied with what I actually saw. They have a good documentation. There's a good PDF in here that you can actually see, get more details. What the thing that I liked about them, particularly, and this will be on top of, even if when you have a good software deployment technology, that this thing is going to bring the logs that are in that window, particularly in the Active Directory environment. It's going to be piggybacking on WinCollect to bring all those logs automatically for you. So so I have first of all the environment. This license is good for up to 3 hosts. So what I did is I put my Active Directory environment, and I added the 2 Windows workstation, the Windows 10 workstation, to the domain. And once I have done that, and I even had some previous versions of WinCollect in there. So what I did after that is I went into this icon. And again, this incomplete information is because I don't have a license. So you need to create a deployment profile, right? Let's actually see the one I created. This information is actually very simple to provide. What is it that I recall over here? I don't recall anything that is even that wasn't even populated already. I think I have to specify maybe the IP address of my Curator box, and that was it. But then the software asks you to upload to it the versions of WinCollect and Sysmon that you are using. That this is the 32-bit, the 64-bit, and you specify whatever version you want. And what I like it is also is when I uploaded the Sysmon config file that Mutask created, it automatically recognizes it as such, and that's the one that it used for the deployment. So once this is actually done, when you go here you have multiple options, and you specify the host that you are actually going to be working, and you see that the thing is actually detect some things automatically, and you can basically what I did in the beginning was I actually uninstalled the previous version that I have of WinCollect. So I put the machines with no Windows, no WinCollect, no Sysmon, and I went ahead and did the deploy. And this thing went there and deploy both WinCollect, Sysmon with my expat file. And as you can see here, I even forgot about it. I had an IIS instance in there and an SQL one as well. And these things pick those up. You're not going to see when I show you the logs that these logs will be auto-discovered in QRadar, because I have not generated any events in those machines that will be carry on up to here. So it's actually, to keep this video short, let me go into the log source management app. And let me sort this by creation date. And we'll see those three here on the top. This is the domain controller, and this is workstation 1 and workstation 2. So again, a good alternative from the folks on ScienceSoft to manage and simplify the deployment of WinCollect, Sysmon, and those configuration files. So something that you may actually want to try. I tested it out, and I liked it. So.